Coba kasih effortnya saja. Kalau memang cocok bisa datang ke rumah. Gue mau sambil nonton VCT Pacific bentar ya.
Way too slow to start, unfortunately. Only were able to pick up on that
Nongshim T1.
half by retake on C after they lost the bonus round.
Padahal T1 kalah, bro.
Keep happening. Every time a team wins a bonus, they just get like ecoed straight away. I swear that happens every single game I've been seeing lately. And then only one other round, like T1 absolutely cooked him on the attacking side, and a lot of that came down to Izu and Buzz just running it down, getting in their face. Nongshim is used to being the team that defines a round in the first 10 to 15 seconds, but that really wasn't the narrative at all. T1 here on Lotus, it felt like they're in full control. They looked like the team that didn't have the reading rust. In fact, maybe the little rest that they'd had definitely refreshed them, because they were looking fired up in the server, and it's very clear that they've been mentally prepped very well for this game.
Yeah, for sure that a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a breather can definitely refresh these players, as you know, Izu and Buzz are just looking like so sharp. You guys brought it up. Usually in the first seconds, the round is decided in so many of these. We have actually some highlights of this coming up in just a bit, but it just goes to show the speed that T1 were willing to play, especially when they knew they were going up against Nongshim. They were going up against a player like Danby.
Again, this screams of good preparation for T1 on my mind. If you know that they're probably going to pick Lotus. I think they could have seen this coming, and I felt like they had a very rock-solid game plan to be able to counter what Nongshim do. Like we said, Nongshim are the team that bring that pace. They love to throw Danby at you, but T1 had all the answers for that.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of the defining moments of these early rounds. This is what it was. Look at the round timer here, guys. Double fast lanes, absolute chaos out here on Rubble, but the round is defined very early every single time. Within how many seconds is this? 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 7 people in the server are dead, or the round is over. At this point, there's only 4 people surviving there. Again, another round completely separate, double fast lanes crisscrossing across Rubble, and multiple Neons trying to slide into position. It's just an absolute scrap.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a big strength of the double duelist comp. We know how great Buzz and Izu are on it, but they're able to be so fast, so aggressive into that A main space, and just
kosong ya, T1 menang ya.
I mean, I totally agree. It's actually something that you'll see on Haven if we make it there, but also from RRQ on Haven is the strength of the Neon Yoru. The fast lane is essentially a temporary wall that acts as a pop smoke. You know, you used to see Cloudburst with the KO flash as a pop smoke. Nowadays you're seeing fast lanes and Viper will go up, and then the Yoru will just bounce a flash off the floor and pop out of it and make a play somewhere. It's incredibly difficult to deal with.
Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. You see so many people just like unable to do anything because they're either blind, they're flash, or they just can't. They're just caught in the corner because of that tic-tac-toe that comes out in the first few seconds. It is a tic-tac-toe, and in many cases, you know, T1
in the bottom right, unlucky.
Yeah, well, T1 did that and just managed to line it up perfectly, and it's mainly because of Izu and Buzz just really capitalizing on that initial push.
I mean, I think they're for sure in contention of the strongest double duelist pairing that we have here in Pacific. Both of them taking over rounds, having big individual performances here. And if you're going to run double duelists, these are the kind of numbers you want to see. Both of them just light years ahead of what Nongshim were able to do.
I mean, it is the quintessential what you imagine in your dream scenario, a double duelist, to be two incredibly sharp, confident players that are happy to play these up-tempo rounds and are going to multi-frag, are going to be able to cause chaos and hit the flicks that you need. That's what you got from Buzz and Izu in this game today. You don't always get that from T1, but this is T1 in their scariest form, their scariest
match found.
Over on the attacking side, and even if things get scrappy and worst case scenario you go 2 for 2, guess what? You got Meteor in the clutch.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that they disrespected Nongshim like this. Nongshim do so much of this to other teams where they bring that round timer to be so short. They run at you, they play at their own tempo. But it's clearly shown here, if you deny them, you force them to play at your speed, they're just not able to stop you. They can't slow you down, and they don't want these rounds to be slowed. That's not where Nongshim are at their best. Izu is going to be our map MVP there, sorry. But really dominant on this Neon.
I think it's worrying for Nongshim. I think because this is a big sign from T1. This is T1 saying, we're happy to play your game and beat you at it. And I don't know if Nongshim's going to have the extra gears they're going to need to be able to turn this series around. We've already seen some insane comebacks here in Pacific just yesterday, but this might be a bridge too far for Nongshim, especially a team of their experience level and the motivation for T1 going into Ascent here. Just win this map and you're in Champs Paris.
Yeah, so I think this map is going to be very, very interesting. So this is T1's map pick here, but Nongshim have been flawless on this with this composition, with the Viper, with the Neon. So for me, it's a big question mark. Why are T1 picking this? And I think it
Select your agent.
I think the Nongshim comp is off meta enough that they're going to feel like they had answers. Like we saw yesterday, DFM had good answers. So I think it is available.
I actually think 100% the blueprint to beat Nongshim on Ascent was set by T1, by DFM yesterday, and I think that it's something that T1 not only should copy, but fits their style. Look at this comp. This is already a slow comp. You're playing Chamber Vice. You want to just sit around on the attacking side and wait for the other team to push into you, which is exactly how DFM 9-3'd Nongshim in the last game they played on
capek
Ascent.
banget
They
gue liatnya
completed that
manusia-manusia ini.
entirely on the attacking side, if I remember correctly. Their defensive side, they're constantly crunching either side of the map. They're making plays into middle, and DFM were
Sampai
just
gak tahu
posted
gue
on
mau
waiting
pick
for them.
siapa,
I think that's
coy.
exactly how T1 is going to want to play the attacking side anyway.
I think especially when you have the chamber, you can sit in these off angles. You can
He's gonna
yeah,
post.
you can sit more forward. You just post it. I wouldn't be shocked to see him get that op out on the attacker side.
Legit.
Hold for these crunchers, TP away to safety. I think DFM, even though they've looked good here, I think the onus is really on them to step up. I would not favor them heading into this map too. If I'm a Nongshim fan now, my heart's beating a little bit faster.
Yeah, just like Chobra's heart was, I think almost
It
pretty
looked
much
like it
stopped.
wasn't beating. He
It
was
stopped.
stationary
He
on
was
the desk.
slumped over in one of those thrifties, I think, that happened earlier. Good luck to you, buddy. But we are pulling up the Asian comp right now for
Lihat
Ascent.
anjing,
And
lihat
let's see if
anjing, lihat
Nongshim
anjing.
can get the defibrillator out. We'll see if they have learnt anything from that DFM game. They can't just keep running these crunches in the mid round and being very obvious, very easy to read, or T1 will definitely punish.
Yeah, as we can see by the statistics here as well, Nongshim much worse on that defender side, which is where they will be starting. So they need to find rounds here, they need to find momentum. On the side of T1, they're sticking with that chamber. They've been running this comp all year, and it's been quite good for them.
Well, it looks as though T1 have got the perfect read on Nongshim, but we're gonna find out if that does indeed pan out as we head into our Ascent. Could be our final map of this series. We'll toss it over to Komodo and to Quack to find out if it is indeed so.
Well, it certainly was quite the read on Lotus. Let's see if it will be the same way on Ascent. One more win is all T1 needs.
Well, for T1, it definitely is a case of we'll beat you at your own game. It feels like a little bit. Only playing Lotus 2 times before. You're getting the dub for the 3rd iteration of this series, this stage. And for Ascent, you've played it once against Boom with the same comp. They have been playing way more Sunset, Bind, Haven if we can get there. But T1 on this map, Buzz and Izu, a performance on map number 1. It's what they did against Boom as well, catching them time and time again, especially on the attacking side. See if they're going to do the exact same here to come out of the gates, absolutely running.
Once again, it is RB on this Viper as well, onto the A site. Did take down the Recon.
Feeling a lot of teams adopting the perma kind of double controller Omen Viper. Seeing some teams it really worked for and others very inconsistent.
Here.
Silence around the map for the beginning at the moment and Buzz a corner to hopefully not overlook a short trap on the back of that utility. It all goes out.
That's just perfect. Squall dodged all of it.
Alarm bot was the trigger. Now you're looking to see a couple of shots as Ivy slots himself in. Stuck.
Quickly nullified. And as T1, you have more options now.
Yeah, clear bottom mid as soon as the smoke fades. Go together, strength in numbers, a couple low, but spotted out from Francis. If he shoots a dart at their feet, they will falter.
Obviously play around from stairs, still a potential shock dart angle. Does throw it over, but doesn't quite land. Meteor, meanwhile, still continuing to break through bottom mid.
Ayo Nongshim, ayo Nongshim.
Nongshim have managed to hold.
Don't overplay this one. You just got your recon dart online as
Bisa
Francis.
Nongshim.
And Izu is at a
3
single
versus 2.
point of health.
1 HP itu.
Hold out from B main. Dambi will be safe. Managed to spot him.
One body shot. Oh, no.
Ya
Well,
Allah,
still
nah.
1 HP, and RB will be able to turn back
Ini mapnya
around.
siapa
So
nih?
Nongshim picking up the pistol.
Oh, it doesn't really matter. It feels like for Izu, if he's going to continue just hitting some sharp headshots, it's going to propel T1 for a good one.
Aspen.
But hey, Nongshim on the board for the pistol. The start that we definitely need to see from them.
Ah, bentar lah,
Get
gue nonton ini dulu aja
acclimatized
lah.
to this map. Throw away the last one as we were kind of talking about. It's
Lelah gue
a
tuh sama
rough one when you
lihat
do end on a
binatang.
thrifty, especially as well. But sometimes maps just don't go your way. That's why best of threes are best of threes. Good trades, good positioning, good game plan weathered. I like the bottom mid trap idea as well, but the slower pace from T1 gets the better. Gonna see a lot of that change of play between fast and slow. Back to the drawing board, back to the A
Mapnya
main
pilihan T1.
engagements first and foremost.
Also a double judge. Dambi, RB. There goes the first snake bite kill. And then Dambi
Nice, Dambi.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch it if Buzz
Eh,
just
lawan
waltzed
itu.
into that with the decay of the toxins and then the snake bites just tickled him. Or if there was any extra damage thrown in the way. I mean, Francis is still holding the bolts anyways. Judge.
Wait. Not something you want to have, Judge. Quick with the kill. It's the flawless round for Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very common scenario for Dambi getting in towards B main with a Judge or a Bucky or some
Ini
sort
kenapa
of
T1 milih Ascen, bro?
played time and time again. We saw it against Detonation Focus Me. But now it's time to focus up for Nongshim.
Sementara Nongshim pilih
You just walked through the wall and you had some damage earlier. There you go. It's fine. Throw it away. Doesn't matter. Just the second round, the anti-eco.
Nongshim pilih yang normal-normal saya lotusnya. Padahal Nongshim gila, itu ngeri banget, cok. Dia kalau main di Ascen, Meta Viper-nya.
And when you get these walls as well and they are baited out nice and early, it could be a tell that T1 still want to just look to end at this B
Meta
site.
Viper Nongshim ngeri, cuy, di Ascen.
Still with the
Serius
options.
dong.
DH.
Yeah, gonna get the best of RB. A little bit too hungry there. Draw out a little bit of early utility to see if it is a solidified play over at A or over at mid.
Chamber
Francis is gonna get
5
battered.
so far.
Losing
Oh,
players
man.
early on, that makes that much more difficult to suss out what T1's plan currently is.
Yeah, shock dart over towards B, remove a bit of this utility too.
2 smoker versus 2 sentinel.
Macro awareness for T1 at the
Gue sih
moment.
menang 2
Playing
smoker
together
ya.
with a couple of those mid duels. Ultimately ending towards A right now. The dark cover's eventually going to
Wow,
fade
wow,
and they're
wow,
all
wow.
going to start to spray together in the
Mundur,
smoke.
mundur,
They've got
mundur,
an
mundur.
idea that Purge is here. They've seen the judge before. Couple seconds until the next dark cover arrives, but they're already here.
As well as Dambi up from tree. There goes the first couple of
Untung
shots.
banget
With
tuh.
the spams through the wall. Dambi still trying to be proactive. Gets a decent kill,
Udah
but
lawan satu.
nonetheless T1 break through.
Slight damage on this bonus round so
Sayang
far.
banget.
Give Izu the plant, he'll be getting the dimension.
Kalau
If you want
public
access
itu
to
udah
that online nice and early,
jalan-jalan lari-lari
how
nggak
you'll
jelas
look for this
tuh.
game plan.
Akhirnya
Someone's
rata
gonna
sama
come out
Omen
on
tuh.
this map to change pace between slow and fast. Especially when you got the
Saya
weapons in the
coba aja
hands of
kalau
Nongshim
saya.
Red Force in the next round and no ultimates on the horizon from them yet either. See if there's going to be any further damage that Ivy can come out with here on the Spectre. He's going
Kalau
to have
public
to
itu
potentially
udah
disrespect some positions here.
nggak jelas bangsat.
Trying at least breaking window, making them think back into the smoke, but
Udah lawan
either
aja.
way it's going to be tough. T1 respecting it as well. There goes the smoke, goes in for the wide step.
Dapat
DH
2
will
tuh
tap.
lumayan tuh.
Expected position that he's going to come from after seeing nothing over at the rafter on their
Sayang
escape. They know
banget.
it's a Spectre. They know that the long distance they'd be able to move their aim anyway to rafters for the long battle. So they're all fine to watch that correct angle there. Nicely navigated for the round of T1 in this instance. But now that we get the weapons back on the side of Nongshim, are we going to see any aggression from them? Are we going to see them still look to just have that Ascension spark? Or is it going to fall over? Dambi with the operator now. A bit of a different look for a top mid engagement against Izu. You drop him first. Could be quite handsome.
Alah, gue mau nonton dulu, cok.
On for a while.
Dimensional drift on the back of the gate crash for position with safety in mind into the B site. A bit more fortified for Nongshim 2 and the scan. How does that one get him? He got burned by the drone. Never mind.
Oh, Francis quick on the draw as well. Well, Buzz will still continue to push on through though from Market. You gotta watch out for lane as well. The B main push so far so good.
This is quite worrisome, actually, for Nongshim. Doubling up at the back of site. The operator line now smoked off. Unless you're using the fast lane here as Danby to try and permit an avenue in towards the site. Pot shots at best, a relay if you hear noise. You need some assistance. You really are wanting Francis on the recon. He's just going to spam Buzz first.
A couple of shock darts through, expecting the lane push. There goes that recon.
Turret soon as well for some further info. Good shot.
Lah. Dia malah
Against T1. They will
panik jing.
Waterfall down. Oh, and that's both players inside of Boathouse eliminated.
30 seconds left.
Fast lane allows for a rifle pickup instead of a op, but still inside of the smoke will be DH. And at that point, you're just left with Persia. Tries to step across, but it's another one tap for DH to end it. We're tied up 2-2.
Really nicely done in the patience game from T1, honestly. They are not really giving too much to Nongshim there. When I'm saying about this recon dart that's going to come online and the turret that's going to come online, they don't really get any success from those information bodies there. A little bit too passive in the back of sight from them. A little bit too readable for T1. They had a lot of time and space to actually, probably have a whole discussion in that downtime to figure out what they want to do to regain position of the site. Danby again, by the way, just getting caught out, running around in the high gear and not getting the gun up early. For the beginning of this round, it is up early. And you will gain a little bit of this control over at A main, but T1 reactive enough to get out of that one. And still look to go gain the space in knowing it is just against the eco of Nongshim here.
There's a double layer of smokes though, toxic screen and a one-way. By even further time, Nongshim can continue to push up, maybe?
I mean, Stacks, you'd feel maybe a little bit more incentivized here to be using the drone to put in a bit of entry, but instead the team just all goes completely together. That's also a very valuable option and valid.
Oh, it's through the TP. Francis, that's a free weapon.
Gotta get out though. A little bit of damage on the shock dart, but it's the immediate disconnection from old mate DH, the new blood of T1 shut down. Are we going to get a thrifty to come through from Nongshim here or not? It's a heavy investment on the hunter here from Francis.
5v3, you're feeling better about it. Meteor, though, has to come up with the goods in this position. If T1 are to find their legs, it's not quite happening because Francis gets the wall bang. Buzz pushes on through. Footstep
nice.
Danby just silences it. It's a thrifty picked up by Nongshim.
They actually go and do it. Very well done. A little bit too far forward on the gate crash there from Izu.
Pegang Nongshim ya, Nongshim kenapa gue pegang Nongshim? Nongshim gokil coba mainnya. Mereka berani pakai meta yang mereka berani pakai meta yang istilahnya apa ya? Istilahnya belum pernah muncul di map itu loh.
Now this is where it might get interesting for this first half. Tour de Force is out for T1. A little bit of a French buff perhaps on their journey to Paris.
Nggak ada yang ketik kan?
Still though, the question is where you're going to post it up.
DH hasn't played here before. Could be very cheeky of a position. But if they don't see anything for too long, let's drop on down and be able to use this again later on. Meanwhile, Meteor over at A main has got in front of these one-ways on the dark covers. So he's got a lot of space that he can call for here for the team. What can he see? What can he translate over towards Stacks to get the cogs turning?
Bener-bener silent.
Oh, that is a headache. Trying to slice the
mainnya silent ya kan.
Your entrance has been shut down.
Gotta be careful though, Francis. You want a lot of this over recon still available for the team. Ivy does get spotted out by Stacks. Just gonna fall on back, and there's the gap exploited by Izu.
No more flashes though, so gonna have to pretty much swaltz in sight. Watch out for the potential spams.
Meteor's gonna make it over here as well. He does have the steel guard and can remove the guns for a cleaner way in towards the site. It's exactly what he does.
Gun tossed over onto Danby though, still a possible entry. He slides on across.
Oh, nice.
Manages to turn around. DH getting the shot into Boathouse. Just RB left. Straight through from Market. And look for some potential targets, but everyone is marking every single possible spot. Izu with the 4K brings it up to 3-3.
Oh, he's got some great sprays.
Mudah-mudahan Nongshim nggak kayak Genji kemarin mainnya beragasan.
Couple of important ones for both sides. Could have gone either which way, but it's a first kill on the side of Nongshim Red Force. They're not able to hold and contain. Steel Guard and investment, quite nice in my mind. Permitting some good confidence again from a T1 to get on in. You got Izu firing, you got Buzz firing. It's just going to be a colossal force for T1. Team wanting to get to champions. Different look to get to tiles here to command this B control, but I highlighted before here, Quack. DH hadn't played that spot before.
Spot itu nggak kelihatan ya emang ya?
Finding RB for first.
Now noted, but at what cost? And we've already spent a lot of utility just to get into this mid area. DH can even shrouded step out.
And Damien Francis is so low. Just throw caution to the wind in a situation like this. They're going to go for a bit of a gamble stack over towards the A site. And
kalau di
wrong position
kompetitif itu udah di main ace aja udah tabrak-tabrak aja pokoknya. Gak ada backupan biar bisa mundur. Gak ada cok. Lulu gua anjir.
Yeah, it's a good scan, but it's a wrong target allocation onto the clone.
That's right.
And it is still the lesser buy for Nongshim as well, remember. So you can throw what you want at this round, but not playing on the KO comp. You can't get any flashes over through spawn.
You just heard Danbury from the back as well, so you already know where your opponents are going to be approaching from.
They can kind of lock him out as well, as long as they are just a bit aware. All 5 on the site for T1.
Okay.
Nice.
Make it 4.
A little step. Still got Buzz around the corner. DH with the smokes refreshed, but needing to keep his gun up. Relay ball perfect though, but it's a paranoia answered back.
Yeah, good
Some
counter
wild
on that.
Shots. Not really going through at the moment, Komodo. Buzz being able to hold down the line still.
They need to be careful here. They might all go up with the spike.
I think that's what Nongshim are trying to do. So T1 beginning to feel the pressure. They will push on out. Ivy low, and that will be Stacks to punch through. They manage to secure the weapons into the next round.
Yeah, they managed to escape with their tail between the legs a little bit, but nevertheless, T1 going to be gaining the lead here on their own map pick, and it does sort of get me worried a little bit now. How many rounds are they going to be able to get away with on this attacking side that we need to see a bit more of a comeback from Nongshim? I really feel like being a map behind and having their confidence rattled a little bit going into this series against, you know, a team and players that they have idolized in their journey towards Tier 1. And for a player like RB as well, right, joining in this Nongshim team, assisting them to try and have a continual run, get to champs, stay in Tier 1, him back in Pacific now. Saw it earlier, right? 618 days since he'd seen Stacks. Ooh. His old leader in the server. Buzz there too. This time, feels like the calling from T1 is at the quality level to get them over towards Paris, you would think.
Potentially returning to Champions form. I mean, 2 rounds apiece. Definitely needing to see Nongshim kind of come back into this one.
Full focus on this next round. Both squads. An operator battle can come on out.
Kalau lagi seru nih cok.
Dambi 2.
Stop streaming dulu lah ya.